Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, Science Harder Campaign. Between episodes, I did one little thing. The RT-10 Zod fuel booster contract that we had just laying around so that we would keep the part, went ahead and finished that because I wasn't really using it and it was taking up a slot in our contracts thing. That was flown by Geosfree. I think it actually ended up costing us money to launch that up into suborbital trajectory. Oh, and we've added clouds, so we now have clouds. That's nice. I think we have other things too, but I haven't launched yet, so I don't know. Today, I had planned on going to the moon just right off the bat. However, I want to take Bob with us because he is our only level 1 scientist. And he still has 12 days of downtime. So we will not be going to space today. At least not to the moon. We will be going to space, I guess. What we're going to do instead is some contracts, and then if we have time we'll start on the moon mission. But I think we're probably just going to end up doing some contracts, making some money, and some things of that nature. So we have a few contracts, a couple of scientist ones, and a couple of part test ones. Here is both a couple of satellites and a couple of part tests. We have to test this or whatever you are, Rockomax 48-7S. And also, I wanted to grab the remaining science that we haven't picked up yet. That's just in space near Kerbol and in space high above Kerbol. So we have 3 goo canisters and 2 material science space for that. And also, since we don't have any Kerbols that are other than Bob here, that are our level 1 scientists, we're going to stick a scientist in here to get some experience while we're fulfilling the mission. Hopefully that'll be somewhat efficient. Now then, we do have some money from picking up the contracts, the advances. What we're going to do is upgrade our runway. It does cost more to upgrade the runway than the launch pad. However, while you can technically launch planes and rockets off either the runway or the launch pad, it is a lot easier to launch a plane off the runway and a rocket off the runway than it is to launch a rocket and plane off of the launch pad. Planes kind of have a little bit of difficulty taking off, you know, with that little bit. Unless they're VTOL. So that is why we're upgrading that. And that will mean that we're going to be upgrading the spaceplane hangar first. The VAB does cost a little bit more to upgrade, though it's less than the difference between those two. Now then, let's just go ahead and launch that craft. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Kind of. Ignition. There we go. Liftoff. Then we'll rotate so that we're facing kind of the regular way. And we have this flying off in orbit. This Kerr. Oh, we forgot to put Kerr things on. Well, that's not good. We don't have any extra part limits on that. We only in fact have 1 solar panel because we're right at our part limit. But I guess we can still figure this out. Shouldn't be that difficult. Some people suggested that I should maybe explain what... Oof, clouds. Yay! That I should be a little bit more explanatory with my reasoning and stuff, because not everyone is as familiar with this game. hasn't been playing it as much as I have, and I've been kind of assuming that you are as familiar as I am. So I will not be doing that anymore. Or trying not to, anyway. So we are using the... Ooh, crap, we're going to flip over, aren't we? That was a mistake. I turned too fast, and the aerodynamics went and screwed me. Oh, you're hard. You're hard to do that. You are just all over the place. Stop being so squirrely. A little bit of chatter there. They're wondering who is flying. Alright, I think we've gotten control. Going about the way I want to be going now. So we're using the jet engines here, mostly because due to our port limit and our mass limit, mostly our mass limit right now, these are a little bit better in terms of mass. They do cost more, but in terms of fuel efficiency and overall mass, these are definitely the way to go for lifting, you know, the lighter payloads, which is what we have here. Unfortunately, we're going to run out of fuel a little bit quicker than I would like. Went up a little bit too fast. Since we're using Ferrum Aerospace, the air gets thinner a lot faster than in stock. And also, these engines kind of peter out at around 500 meters per second, and that's their just operating parameters. So we're not doing too bad. We still have a little bit of thrust. We're still climbing, and I think B9 also nerfs these too, so they get kind of double nerfed that way. Keeping an eye on our climb rate. We are doing quite well. This is actually turning out better than normal. Alright, now it is time to let go of them. And please maintain control. I was hoping that if we were higher, that would not be as much of a problem, but we keep flipping over. Ooh, I don't know what that was, but that sounded like something blew up. Still hear the engines off. Okay, climb, climb, climb. Damn it, climb! Ah, we're slowing ourselves down because we're facing the wrong way. Stupid aerodynamics. Right, here we go. Come on, climb. Damn you. Who the hell is flying this? It's Jinlong, I think. No, it's Dudrik. Dudrik, you are the pilot. Fly the damn craft. We want to go up. We're losing all of our extra boost. I think we don't have a very high thrust to weight ratio with this currently. At least that's what it appears like. So we're actually slowing down rather quickly. Starting to get control though. Starting to climb again. Finally. That was a pretty poor takeoff. I will admit that. Hopefully we still have enough thrust to get to where we need to go. Alright, let's check our apoapsis. So we're at 30k. We'll just be flying from the screen. This looks so much better with clouds, doesn't it? So much better. As I was saying, we had to jettison the jet engines sooner than in stock because the atmosphere thins out a lot faster. While that is bad for jet engines, it's actually good for rocket engines because the specific impulse switches to the vacuum impulse quicker. Much, much quicker, in fact. Especially good with nuclear engines. So let's fast forward a bit until we get our orbit all set up. And we have made it into orbit. Just by random chance, it appears that we tested we staged at the right time to complete one of the contracts. Money in the bank. Pays for this vessel at least. Now then, we're going to want to probably do this contract first. The purplish one. Looks like it would be a smart thing to do that. So we'll put a node right about there. And we want to get our periapsis, or our apoapsis, I guess, up to 155k. We're at 190. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll start with 10s. Prograde, prograde, prograde. Prograde. That's close. 15. Now then, we're going to adjust the time a little bit until it gets lined up properly. That looks pretty much perfect. Needs a couple more delta V there. There we are, 155. Alright, we can warp to our maneuver node. I love these little buttons, I really do. They are like the awesomest thing since this original alarm clock. So our estimated burn time is 2 seconds? Really? That doesn't sound right. And I can't check my acceleration on Kerbal Engineer right now. But still, that does not look right. Okay. I'll get about 20 seconds, see if it'll update my burn. There we are. 9 seconds. Still. Burning kind of slowly until we get right there. Oh, don't go over the place. Should have switched to fine controls before I did that. I guess this is going to be close enough. Now then, we'll put a node right there. Snap it to our apoapsis. And want this to be 2.8 million. So we'll start with the 10s again. Maybe we'll go up to 100. Alright, now we can go back down to 10s. 2.85. Okay. That appears to be right. Looks like we have a little ascending no problem that's going to count, I'm fairly sure. So let's just warp to this. Estimated burn is 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Well, that'll be close enough. What did he say? Who knows? You're leaving all kinds of trash just floating around in orbit. Thank you. You wonderful, wonderful Kerbal engineer. That's a lot more Delta V than I was expecting to have to use. Hopefully I have enough. Ah, we should be fine. As long as we stick to the node, we'll be okay. And let's fast forward a little bit. Now then, we have reached the position we need to be in, so we will need to get out. Everybody, first why don't you grab a groove thing. I believe that is what we want. Then everyone has to EVA. There we go. Right, this one. Maintain stability. Got our money. 58,000 buckaroos. I think I'll take that. Now then, everyone has to get back inside. Oh, you can do an EVA report here too. Oh. Can you do a different EVA report? Sure. Keep that data. I'll take it. Shrink that. Now then, for the other one. Let's see. We will target the planet so that we can line up our nodes and stuff. Then just look straight through them. Click. Think about there would be good. We can always adjust it a little bit later. And we want our thing at 8.2. That is pretty expensive burn there. We may not have that much fuel. I hope we do, but we may not. Maybe another get out and push situation. How much? 8.286. That's about as close as we're going to get, I think. Then we'll just tweak the time a little bit. That looks good to me. And this will take another couple of minutes to burn, so we'll warp to our node. There you go. Close the alarm. Oh, don't go. Turn on that SAS. Forgot about that. Forgot that you'd like to do that. Alright, 45 seconds. Go ahead and start burning. We're only 0.6 off there, so yeah, that should be fine. I really hope I have enough fuel. Switch this to time. Ooh, that is going to be not enough, isn't it? Damn it. Yeah, we're going to run out of fuel. Is there anything I can do to give us a little bit more oomph? I don't think so. I think we're going to have to abort the second thing. And we'll have to use another launch to take care of that. There is just no way we have enough fuel. Is this considered high? Hopefully. Yes, good. That is what I want to get. Observe that. We will observe the goo. And observe more goo. Guess we already clicked it. Keep that data, keep that data, and keep that data. Then, Jinlong, why don't you hop out? Can you do an EVA report? Okay, we've already done all that. You're going to grab all the science, because I am not sure that it's safe out here when we go in for re-entry. I am worried it's going to burn up. I am, in fact, expecting it to burn up. Almost got it. Come on. These are so hard to get data from. Okay, look, we'll just go underneath then. You're going to be like that. Maybe it's that one, no? Like right where the science is. Maybe I've already picked it up. I don't know. Let's see. Review stored data. Have I got 2 material science bays? That's goo. Goo. So I've only gotten 1 of the material science bays. I don't know what's like not letting me grab the other one. There we are. Okay, so we will store experiments and store experiments. There we go. Now then, can you grab that? Maybe board a little bit. There we go. So let's switch to retrograde. Get rid of the node. It's no use to us anymore. And where is KSP? Relative to us, I think this might actually be a good time to burn. How long? 1 hour? Okay, maybe not. We want to come in on the daylight side. And I think maybe another orbit would be good. So let's warp to this. Oh, there we go. Don't stop for that node. Just keep going. I probably should have burned here then. Damn it. I'm going to have to wait for another day. I think. 2 hours. 4 hours. That's almost a full orbit. Yeah, we're just not going to line up, are we? Not if we want to go into the day side. Perhaps is at 7. That's a little bit steep. We'll go in for a really, really gentle burn, given that I want to... If at all possible, I would like our science to survive. Like 50k would be good. That should be right about where I want it. Nice and comfortable burn. No burning up in the atmosphere. And we should have enough delta V for this, I think. Depending on how much we burn to get to this point. Thank you, Mr. Alarm Clock. Didn't make as much money as I was hoping, but we do have other things we can launch. We'll have to launch, I guess, a couple of additional satellites. We've overshot this a little bit. It doesn't really matter. We're kind of just eyeballing it. Click on that. I think it's... What is it? Click? Yeah, there we go. To make it show up, or stay shown up, then we will physics accelerate. Ooh, we're out of fuel. Crap. Okay. Well, it looks like it's another get out and push time. At least we have a Kerbal inside to hold it steady while someone else gets out and push. So since you're not a pilot, you're the one that gets the lucky stuff. And I think I didn't put a decoupler here. I could decouple this, but I would really like to recover that money. And just to see if these can survive the re-entry. It's kind of something I wanted to test. We'll see how hard this is. Turn on your lights, by the way. There we go. We do only have 40 some odd delta V to go. Keep an eye on that. Do some more physics accelerating. Actually, I would like to look at this one. Not that one. There we are. There we are. Now then, how close are we? Have we moved at all? Okay, let's try this again. I think it might be a little bit heavy for us. Nope, we hardly moved. So we are going to have to eject the extra mass. Crap, okay. No, that was not that. There we go. Okay, we'll delete that node. That did slow us down a little bit. Okay, I'll be back after I've pushed us into... Look, night side lights. Into the atmosphere. Alright, we have slowed ourselves down so that we're just skimming the atmosphere at 50,000 kilometers, or yeah, 50,000 kilometers. Hopefully that'll be good enough. We are kind of low on power due to stuff. Something is drawing power. Probably this. So we will face the sun and hopefully we'll have enough power for our SAS to hold us through the re-entry. That is kind of the plan. Okay, it should slow us down as soon as we touch the atmosphere. And there we go, I think. Yep. Alright, we have full power. Holding a retrograde. It would seem I was worried about nothing. The heat shield worked perfectly. Cockpit did not even heat up a little bit. I was worried that this little part here would stick out from the heat shield and cause the thing to overheat. But everything worked just fine. And we've made it down. Let's see what we got from that. 33 science. More than doubling the amount of science we have. Only 1,400, about 1,500 funds recovered. Not great. And 2 people have advanced to level 1. They've also got their downtime. So Dudrick and that catwalk thing always gets me. 30 days for y'all too. And just delete it when it happens. Goodbye, guys. Now then, let's see if anything else has unlocked for us. We do have some other missions, but we are... Actually, that took long enough that we're about halfway through our next thing. Does not look like we're going to get to the moon today, though. Ooh, we should have gotten that one. Should have picked that up. We will pick it up now, though. Rescue somebody, another rescue mission. I'm not sure if that's going to be worth doing. That would be quite valuable. I also don't know if it would be worth doing. Test the decoupler orbiting Kerbal. How much is that worth? 52,000. I'm worried that that will mess up what I have here. small gear bay, correct communication network, and another orbit satellite. That is quite far. That is really, really, really far, in fact. Can I even reach that with what I have? Let's look at the tracking station and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's way out there. I mean, if we could do that and this, that would make it worth the doing, so we'll pick it up. A little bit expensive, but if we don't strap on all that science, we should be able to lift that much. And that will give us enough money to do some stuff. Pick that up. So if we test this, do that one, and that one, and that one. That should give us a fair amount of money for this episode. So let me modify my rocket slightly. And here's a slightly modified design. 2 fuel tanks here. Jet engines. Then we have the 909 engine with 1.5 fuel tanks. Are the FLT200 and the FLT400. And in between these two stages, we have the LV-1 liquid engine for our contract. It just has to be tested. We don't even have any fuel on it. It's just kind of there. It doesn't even technically have to be staged since it's a run test. However, it can only attach on actual nodes. It can't attach straight away. So that is why we had to stick it there. So SAS, throttle, engines, a little bit of rotating, it's nice and lined up, and then we fast forward. Alright, now that we've achieved orbit, we'll do our quick little test here. As soon as it turns green. And now, there we go. Run that test. Now then, we need to get our orbits going. So, periapsis over there. Apoapsis over there. We'll get the apoapsis first. What does it need to be? 9,143,000. That. Okay. 9,141,000. Then we'll just tweak the timing a little bit. Looks good to me. What's our nodes? Close enough. I think we might want to tweak that a little bit more. That looks better. 32-second burn time. I'm not sure if that's close or not. What's our... Yeah, that's not going to be right. We will say we want about 2 minutes to burn. So I already got that. Give me a couple minutes. Not 20, a couple. Now then we'll warp. And then we can just burn when we get there. Now we just go to our apoapsis and line up a periapsis. 370 delta V. And we'll still have quite enough left to get back, or get this other node and then get back. Could actually even go to the moon with this craft if we really, really wanted to. We just couldn't land or anything. Tempting. But we'll save that for Jebediah. And we pop out to make sure that it counts as unmanned. Let the probe take control. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. And bam! Science. Or not science, but money. It's stuff. Things happen. Now then switch back to our Kerbal. Speaking of science, why don't you EV a little bit? Keep that data. Do a crew report and keep that data. We have to remember to grab the science data from space around Kerbal. Next we do the upper one. So go out to the apoapsis. Maybe the periapsis would be better. Click there anyway. Doesn't have very far to go. Need 13.8. Already at that. So this is going to be really good. 13.85. Oop, did not mean to do that. Ooh. Cancel that. A little bit over. There we go. 13.865. 55. That's pretty perfect. Alright, we'll burn there and then we'll line up our apoapsis. And we also had to align our nodes a little bit. I think the cutoff is probably about a degree off, just based on that. We will go ahead and set up a node for coming back home. Probably... see, I think we just have a pod, right? Yeah, just a capsule, so we don't really need to worry too much about how steep we come in. As long as we don't do something terrible bad. We'll shoot for... I don't know, let's try 35k just to see how well that works. It'll be a good experiment. We do have trajectories. Wait, that's 35,000. Whoops. Okay. A little bit closer than that. Oh, we're hitting the planet that time. Moon periapsis. No, I don't want the moon periapsis. I want the planet's periapsis. 100,000 right there. 90. Okay, there it goes. It's showing me something. I think I have changed this. There we go. So about that. A little bit more negative. So that apparently will get me into a nice capture. And that's right at 35,000. Well, isn't that lovely? Okay. So first let's make sure we get the mission. I don't want to forget that. So EVA, switch to the vessel, and wait for 10 seconds, which we can time excel. There we go. Hop back in. We will warp to our node. I really love these little buttons. They are so convenient. They should totally be inside the game. The developers should steal that feature and pay the guy who came up with it and put them in the game. Close alarm. Actually, what was that? Retrograde. Oh, it's changed that? Now it's telling me I'm going to just crash. Of course, I'm going to have a different ship set up, so I wonder how that works. Oop. Turn on SAS. That would be nice. That would be quite lovely, in fact. At least you'll have the ability to hold this once we get where we're going. Alright. Maybe we'll be in transmission range so that I can transmit the crew report to see if that counts. Just click on that. Which button is it? There we go. Just had to be still for a moment. Burn. And burn and burn some more. We might try to keep the engine, I don't know. Whoa! Don't go shouting at me. Uh-oh, that was a little bit too far. What's your periapsis now? I can't really see. 30,000. We'll burn prograde a little bit more. That's retrograde. T90 bit. That's supposed to be prograde. Why is burning prograde slowing me down? What? What is going on here? It says we're going prograde. Okay, we could go... Okay, I must have clicked that. That probably did it. Yeah, I was actually burning retrograde. Very confusing. There we go, 36,000. And then we'll just warp straight there. Not that one. You know what? We'll just fast forward this way. How much fuel do we have? We have tons of fuel left. We'll see how well that takes the heat. We can use it to slow our descent down, but let's fast forward through that. Nielstead has made it back home. Actually did pretty well for his first flight out. Man, that's a good view. I like that view. Let's recover the vessel and see what we won. Alright, we did not get any science from that. Got 3,500 money back. Not a whole lot, but it's some. And Nielstead advanced to level 1. Of course, now he has to take his little mandatory vacation. God damn little caps lock thing. Every single time. There we are. Do nothing. There we are. I'm going to just add that alarm. And let's run through our contracts. So we've got science data, 18.9k. We placed a satellite for 74k. Placed another satellite for 53k. And we tested the engine for 30k and 1 science. I'm probably going to do a little bit more science. I have 1 more launch this week. Or not science, but more than 1 launch because it's already been the next week. So I will launch some vessels and do some of the satellite contracts off camera so that we can get enough money to continue this little campaign. And next time we will definitely be going to the moon. Enjoy the sunrise, and like if you like, subscribe if you're not, leave a comment if you have anything to say. I do read all the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.